Welcome to Grow Bio channel. In today's video, we're gonna see about DNA replication in prokaryotes, for example, E. coli. The DNA replication in prokaryotes occurs in synthesis phase of cell cycle. In cell cycle, there are 5 phases: gap 0 phase, gap 1 phase, S phase, that is synthesis phase, gap 2 phase, and mitotic phase. The S phase is meant for DNA replication. In prokaryotes, replication initiates at 245 base pair containing ORIC site, that is origin of chromosomal replication site. The C comes from chromosome. So in this site, the initiation of DNA replication occurs, and at the end of DNA replication, 2 new daughter DNA will be formed. Here you can see covalently closed circular complex, that is the genome of prokaryotes, which is indifferent than the eukaryotes because eukaryotes has linear form. In DNA replication, there are 3 stages: initiation, elongation, and termination. Here we can see about initiation. First, this is the covalently closed circular complex. This is the ORIC site. Here, the ORIC site, which is of 245 base pair, has the AT rich region, that is adenine thymine rich region. GC content is hard to break because it needs more energy, whereas AT, which has only 2 hydrogen bond between them, is easy to break. Here it is the zoom in of ORIC site. You can see 3 13 mers and 4 9 mers. That is 3 batches of 13 nucleotide and 4 batches of 9 nucleotides. The 9 mers is also called as DNA A box. Here you can see DNA in small letter. The DNA in small means the protein. The DNA in caps means deoxyribonucleic acid itself. Now we can see about initiation. Here you can see enzymes involved in initiation. They are DNA A, that is ATP dependent protein. It depends on ATP to do its work. It helps in melting the DNA so that the replication will start. And next is DNA B, also known as helicase. It helps in unwinding the DNA. Next is DNA C, also known as helicase loader. As the name indicates, DNA B and C will form complex and then it will get attached to the template DNA. Then after loading the DNA B to the template, DNA C will just detach from that. And next is SSB, single stranded binding protein. As the name indicates, it binds only to the single stranded template and it prevents the complementary base pairing between the templates. The SSB protein will work cooperatively, that is, when one SSB bounds to the template, it promotes the binding of other SSB. This is also known as cooperative binding, and it interacts between other SSB with electrostatic interaction, and it interacts with the DNA with the stacking interaction. Next is RNA primase. It is indeed a very important enzyme because DNA polymerase cannot add the first nucleotide. It can add only the nucleotide when 3' OH is present. That is, when other nucleotide is present at the starting point, it can only extend it. Whereas RNA primer can add the first nucleotide without the 3' OH. So it is very important enzyme. Now we can see how it works. Here you can see ORIC site. This is DNA A. Nearly 6 to 16 DNA A will be bounding to the 9 mer and then it forms loop structure. When ATP gets joins with DNA A, that is, with each DNA A, the ATP interacts and then it raises the temperature, which leads to melting the DNA at the 13 mer position. Here you can see the 13 mer position is melted and it forms replication bubble. So here you can see about how the DNA replication starts at the replication bubble. Here you can see covalently closed circular complex of the eukaryote. Now we can zoom into the bubble. Here you can see the white line which indicates the origin of replication site, that is ORIC site. Here when comparing the covalently closed circular with the eukaryote, here you can see the red template which extends from 5' to 3'. Similarly, blue which extends from 3' to 5'. That is, it acts anti-parallel in direction. Similar to the eukaryote, the prokaryote also has same thing. Here you can see at the green color 5' end, which will in turn end at the 3' end. Similarly, here you can see the blue color complex, template, which starts at 3' end, which obviously will end at the 5' end. The new DNA synthesis will always occur from the 3' to 5' end. Because as I already said, the DNA polymerase is in need of 3' OH to extend it. So what happens? It extends from 5' to 3' and it extends from 3'. Okay. Here you can see helicase at the 3' end, which move towards the 5' end, and it also allows the SSB to bound to the template. The SSB will bound to the single stranded at both the leaning and lagging strand. So here you can see when a helicase moves the replication bubble, what happens? It leads to supercoiling of the DNA because it is circular. So to avoid this, topoisomerase 2, also known as gyrase, it attaches to the DNA and avoids the supercoiling, or it removes the supercoiling by producing the negative supercoiling, or it cuts the DNA and removes the supercoiling and then it attaches it. So topoisomerase 2, that is gyrase, plays important role in controlling the supercoiling. At first we can see about the leading strand. Here RNA primase adds RNA primer from 3' end to 5' end. So the newly formed will be 5' to 3'. Okay. So in leading strand only one RNA primers is added, whereas in lagging strand also moves from 3' to 5'. So the newly strand will be 5' to 3'. So here in lagging strand more RNA primers will be added because it moves against the helicase. As you can see in the top strand moves in anti-clockwise direction. This is very important. This will be an important note for termination. So just remind it. So first thing, the green thing will move in anti-clockwise direction, whereas the blue thing will move the newly synthesized strand in clockwise direction. Thus initiation of DNA replication. Thank you and subscribe to Grow Bio channel. Elongation will be taught in next video because it will become a big single tape video, so I just split it out according to the heading. So next video will be on elongation. Just click the link on the description below or the icon above. Thank you for subscribing Grow Bio channel and please press the bell button below. Thank you so much.